All right, guys. So we are back and we are looking at building parallel circuits. We have done series circuits before that. So again, they're connected right in a row. So you have to press both buttons. One after the other are connected. So you have to press both to get the LED light to work. And this one in parallel, when things are placed in parallel, they share a connection between two terminals. Okay. Um, which means that either button can be pressed and it will work. So remember before when we had our push buttons, we had one here and then one right next to it. In this case, we have them parallel. That's why they call them parallel, right? One push button here, one push button here. Again, the resistor has not changed, still 220 ohms, and the LED is still here. And of course, our Arduino board. Everything's the same except for the placement and the sort of hookup, if you will, the connection of the two push buttons. Okay, so this is the diagram that we had before when we were doing the series circuit. Okay, so right now this is in series. You need to actually, if I hit start simulation, you're going to need to press both for it to go on. Okay, if I press only one, it won't work. Okay, remember to press both, you hit shift, click, click, and you can see the little green light goes on here, indicating that the light is on. Okay, so let's go ahead, stop the simulation, and let's modify this for the purpose of creating a parallel circuit. So what you're going to do this time is you're just going to delete the wires here, okay? And now what you're going to do is you're going to connect the first terminal of the first push button with the first terminal of the second push button, okay? And then if it lets me, change that to red, okay? So that allows it to say, okay, we're connecting, the first pin and the first pin of both of them. And then we're going to connect the second pin and the second pin. Okay, so second pin of the first, second pin of the second. And by doing that, by connecting it that way, it allows us to only have to turn on one button or the other, not both at the same time for the light bulb to light up, okay? But we have to make sure we're also still getting power to the actual LED. So I have to put another wire right here, okay? Connect it to the cathode, okay? Which is negative, right? Okay. And then we have on the other end of the anode here of our LED, we have a wire down here that's connected to the positive power, anode positive, right? Okay. And we still have our resistor here. So the only thing that's really changed are these three wires right here. So now if I hit start simulation, I should, fingers crossed, only have to press one button for it to work. Yay, or press the other one, and it works. Okay, I do not have to press both, although if I wanted to press both, I could. It makes no difference because once the first one is pressed, the switch is activated. Okay, so that's the difference between making it parallel or making it series. Okay, so what I want you to do for your homework, for your classwork / homework, is ignore this slide for a second because we're going to actually be doing this in class hopefully at some point. But you'll see in the slides that I gave you in class that your homework is going to be that I want you to do three things. I want you to make a breadboard. One of them, I want you to make a breadboard that has 3 or 4 buttons in series first. Then I want you to make a second breadboard that's going to have 3 or 4 buttons in parallel. And then I want you to make a breadboard that's going to have a combination of switches and LEDs in parallel and in series. Okay? So that is your mission. Okay? And the next and final lesson in this series of lessons on getting started with Tinkercad is going to be Ohm's Law, which is going to be very important. All right, ciao for now.